Oops. Let's see here. What do I have to do to get my world straight? Remove him from the studio. That's what I need to do. Good morning, everyone. 12 seconds into 10:30. It is need a haircut. Sunday, December the 7th, 2025. I would like to welcome everyone into the room, into the world, into your journey, okay? Into your journey, into our journey of I am. What I think may be, no, I don't think it may be, the two most powerful words in the cosmic universe. Probably that's redundant, right? Just cosmic would have been enough. I hope everyone is having a good start of December. Cannot even believe it's already here. It feels like I was skiing with my daughters just 3 months ago for Christmas. I must say that today may be a morning that I don't want to be here today. I'm not finding myself in a perfect position, a little scattered as usual, but I feel a lot of energy from all over the place, and it's a little concerning to me. So forgive me if today, the fifth session in year two of doing this would be one of those days that had I not committed to do this, that I would have said, I think I need to do something else. And that happens to me quite often. Thus, the reason that I tend to, I'm going to do an Alex Carp now. I tend to, in order for me to get anything done, I have to commit way out into the future to do it. Otherwise, a day like this most certainly would have had me not doing this. Because I'm finding myself concerned about what's going on in the world, overly concerned, worried. I'm worried. Okay, that's what's happening to me. I am worried about an awful lot of things. There's just an awful lot of things right now that could go wrong. That it looks like they want to make it go wrong. That could lead this planet into even a worse position than it's in. So let's do this. Let's start out with the people that are here first. I'm feeling nervous about this morning because, I'm feeling a little nervous about this morning. I think you'll understand why here in a little bit. Crypto My Veins, good to have you here, man. Sandra, Dasclane, Enviro Micro, even GaryCardone's here. Hey, good morning, GaryCardone. The Carl 777777. That's awesome. I am here. Good morning to you also, Mama Crypto. The Blanche is here. Anthony Cantaflo's here. Good morning, sir. Tim Blanche, Wim Pump, Maddie, thank you for being here. Jennifer Selden, thank you so much for being here. You're always here. I really, really appreciate you. Wendy Butler, also always here. Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. You're a big supporter. I really appreciate you. Dr. Mark Kramer. See, it's not just the women that follow me. Dr. Mark Kramer's in the room. He's an awesome human being. Laurie Del Regna. Thank you, Laurie. Laurie, you're always such a supporter. David Kiefer, a monster supporter. David, I love you, bro. Thank you so much. Oh, want to do a shout out. See, while I'm being all negative, all worried about this morning, what happens to me this morning at, I don't know, 8:30 or 9 o'clock, I'm sitting out on the back porch trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do this morning because last night I didn't know what my topic was going to be. At 8 o'clock, I didn't know what my topic was going to be. I think I was just been fighting my rage, my anger over this past week. Kid named Darius is at my front door. I literally am just out of the bath, got a towel wrapped around me. See, my dogs are freaking. And I go grab a handgun. I'm in my towel, put my jeans on, walk to the front door. And this kid's sitting here, young black kid, which is cool. There's not a lot of black kids in the neighborhood. So I immediately know, okay, what's going on here? Kid's got a Tiffany bag. His name is Darius. Darius, good morning. And bro, congratulations for the initiative. And also congratulations for your ability to stay at the door. Not sure I would tell everybody to do this, just walk up to somebody's front door. Okay, probably wouldn't. His manners were very good. He didn't take much of my time. He said, I just wanted to come by and thank you. He brought me a notebook, some pens, and paper for what I'm doing on IM. Now that is an excellent example of a good human being, okay? Darius, I would like to congratulate your parents. I'd like to congratulate you, sir. Very, very well done to you. So that was complimenting people. Just going through the list of people. Kevin Albert, thank you for being here. Krista Ann, thank you. Rich Leap. ZBCN Legion. Dude, that's a great name. ZBCN Legion. I am Big Dog. I'm here. Big Dog. Awesome, dude. Oh, that's what. Hey, thank you very much, A1 Rising. Tim Blanche, thanks. Breathe and center yourself. Dude, thank you. Let's all take a deep breath, okay? Let's listen to Tim Blanche. Tim, well done, buddy. Let's all just maybe close our eyes. If you're driving, don't do that. Wow, there's a lot of people in here. Take a deep breath. And then I'm going to go through the other names, but just a big, slow, deep breath. Bring in everything that happened to you this week. Hold it. And let it out. Just let it out, man. Just let it go. Okay. So I am surrendering this morning to the universe. I am merely the brush, man. I come here, and this is a brand new brush, by the way. I gotta take care of it. You know, there's a way to take care of these brushes. I am merely the brush. Okay, my job here is to just be the brush, not to decide on everything that's going to happen. Maybe my intent is clean and good, and I ask the universe to speak through me, to use me as a mighty warrior. Okay, use me as a mighty warrior. I am best suited. I think I was suited for war. I really do. I'm probably most happy in a really hard event. Isn't that weird? Isn't it weird that a human being would be most happy and feel the most use of his abilities when he's in the middle of a shitstorm? Bizarre postulate that anybody would take. I wouldn't recommend it. PJ's here. PJ's in the room. Thank you, PJ, for being here. Big supporter. The Coral, I like that name. Hi, Gary. I'm here. Good for you, bro. Thank you for being here. Rich Leap, Kevin Albert. Is that Kevin Albert? Yes, sir. Kevin, good to have you, buddy. Who else we got in the room? I don't want to leave anybody out, man. I think, hey, look, that guy's got some cool art. Astor Weld, good morning, sir. ZBC, I'm here, Big Dog. I like the name Big Dog, not all the time, but that's a nice breathing center. Thank you, bud. G Money's in the house. G Money. Hey, this is a great guy, okay? Knows a lot about financial markets. Well-spoken, good American. Dude, you're going to love this morning, I think, okay? I would go get your coffee and prepared to look at this cat, 212 Hodler reporting from vacation in Kauai. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. You look an awful lot like another guy I know. Line Trash, good to have you. Thank you for reposting. If you guys could repost the room, dude, everyone needs this. Okay, don't tell me that our world is so handled, so spectacular that you can sit on your butt and do nothing. Okay, we are in trouble. I'm in trouble. Okay, I am in trouble. My children are in trouble. I'm going to beg you to hang out with me today. I'm going to ask you to repost the room to friends you have. I don't care if they're Democrats, Republicans, neuters, females, thinking they're dogs. I don't really care. We need some human beings in here, even if they're confused. And we need to determine who we are. I am a warrior. I am a warrior for peace. I am a warrior for freedom. And I am smart, okay? I am smart. I am smart enough to know when the most of mankind is being deceived, being lied to, cheated, annihilated, suppressed, depressed, poisoned, and it's bullshit, dude. It's bullshit, and I ain't standing for it anymore. Okay? This is going to be the theme. See if I can find the theme here. This is the theme this morning for me, okay? This is my theme, okay? I have had enough, okay? Every human being that lives in America should read We the People, okay? My God, man, we're being lied to, cheated to. We saw Charlie Kirk assassinated. We didn't see it, dude. It was theater, okay? Let's be honest. This was theater. We saw J.F. Kennedy killed, okay, when I was 6 years old. Theater. Now we're discovering what the real story is. This is getting ready to get revealed, or we're getting ready to see a mass number of suicides, murders, car accidents, tree accidents with bicycles, heart attacks, comas, flus that turn into heart attacks. And it's bullshit, dude. And we are all either asleep or we are all so scared to say anything that we do nothing. I have had enough, man. Have you had enough? Ken Rocket, okay? Freedom, see? Unacceptable, Jatel says freedom. Ken Rocket, rage over the dollars. Rage, dude. People can't. Look, when you go to the store, you don't even know what you're buying. Okay, I've been eating yogurt from Choblé for years. Now it's got some kind of weird shit in it. Good morning, Blockchain Becky. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Guys, look. This may not be, all love and peace today. This may be more about, well, look, I'm just asking the universe to use me, okay? Remember, I'm asking the universe to use me. And one thing, I woke up this morning and said, I don't know what to talk about. I don't. I mean, I can go read a book, come up with a line, go read Marcus Aurelius, or I am. Last Sunday I went to show my child, one of my children, the church I grew up in. I was in Lake Charles, Louisiana, seeing my sister and family for Thanksgiving, and we walked into the church, and I saw the stained glass windows and the statues. I mean, this is a proper church, right? And in it's 11 o'clock in the morning, man. It's not on a Sunday. It's on a weekday. And there must be 30 people in there doing the Hail Marys and doing rosary. And I just sat in there for half an hour and listened to them. It was, calming. It was peaceful. It was the way I would imagine people should be able to live on this planet. It was really the way, I mean, really, like people just gathering, praying, and thinking about praying for others, man. Sacrificing half an hour to an hour of their day to talk to others, to talk with each other, and to pray to some other greater thing. We're so busy being right. We're so busy with my little pet project, whether it's my pet politician, my pet political, or my pet religious position. Can't keep up, man. We can't keep doing this. Mama Crypto responding to the story on Darius. Well done, dude. Very well done. Alvema's in the room. Allie, thank you so much. You've been always really supportive. Thank you so much. Breadman's in the room. Guys, got almost 800 people in the room. Thank you guys for being here. Good Sunday morning. Great way to start. Oh, thank you. Yeah, okay. This is a good way to prod. Krista Ann's in the room. See, maybe this is what I need to do to get y'all more together. Okay, like would be cool if people started getting together. What's up, Big Pimpin'? Weeds, my man Weed. Good morning, Gary. Good morning, sir. Hope you're feeling well this morning. James Hooker's in the room. Look at this cat. Can't even say this, but wag me, bro. I'm not sure. What does wag me mean? Pretty dumb there, huh? Let's see. Who else we got? McGinna's in the room. Hey, McGinna. McGinna all the way up in New York City. She might be in Miami for Art Basel. Let's see. Stephen Carello's having a coffee. Yeah, baby. Let's do this, okay? All right, guys. A couple more names here that I see. Garrett. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll do the names until we got 1,000 people in here, okay? Garrett McCardle. Thank you, sir, for being here. Good-looking son, it looks like. Ken Rocket. Ken Rocket. Hey, Ken Rocket. What's up, dude? Laughing. Hey, listen, if you don't like this church, guys, if you don't like this session, go to another session somewhere. 1 to 3 hours a week spent thinking about I am fill in the blank. It's not my job to fill in the blank. My job is to fill in the blank for me. That's all I got to do, right? Fill in the blank for me while I'm doing, waiting for the 1,000 people. Let me just see something here. Can you get, no, that's terrible. Okay, anyone else? Darius, well done. Look, Darius, you get a mention, dude. That's awesome, dude. See? You do spectacular things, you get spectacular results, folks. Here we got Jennifer. See, this is how cool Jennifer. Wow, powerful image. Yeah, this one here. I take it. Yeah. I've had enough. Okay. By the way, I am enough to have had enough, and I can make a freaking difference. I can make a difference. Okay. You can make a difference. A man told me once in London, I'd been there maybe 5 years, spent a lot of time with this cat. He said, dude, you have taught me that one man, not two men, but the power that one human being with enough imagination and vision can really influence a large number of people. Look at Charlie Kirk, please. Okay. Look at Charlie Kirk. Someone or someone's killed one of the greatest future leaders of our time and someone who could have bridged the gap between the old 20th century folks and the new 21st century folks. And there seems to be a lot of tension between these two groups of people, unnecessarily so, okay? I did not steal your money. I am a boomer. I have created 6 businesses, man. I have employed so many people, it's stupid. I have made people millions and millions of dollars. If they chose to retain it, that's up to them. If they chose to piss it off, it's up to them. If they chose to go build another business or complain or made the wrong decision, I'm sorry. That is their life journey. I'm watching this movie, this series right now, SEAL Team 6. Very, well, I don't know if it's realistic or not. You'd have to ask some of my military buddies, a guy like Punch, who, by the way, Punch, I saw you do your piece on this young man that's being thrown into prison. Well done, dude, to the president. Well done. I was very impressed with your messaging and your communication. All right, so let's start this morning. It's 10:51, 1,000 people in the room. Hope the sound's good. I'm angry, man. I'm angry, and I'm scared. Okay? What am I scared about? I'm scared about the amount of misinformation that has become extremely evident over my entire lifetime. Now, I'm 67 years old. Think about this, okay? I don't care how old you are. You're 18, you're Darius. Darius couldn't have been 24, 22, something like that. 40 years from now, young man, you're going to be sitting here. This is going to happen. You're going to be sitting here, I'll be dead, and you're going to say, wow, dude, I remember a man on a video saying he was 67 years old. I have been all around the world. In fact, I'm probably part of the problem because I was so busy making money. I was, dude. I was so busy making money and being into accomplishing. I never went to war. I've never had to fight a war that I didn't even believe in. I know military guys. This Navy 6 show, dude, the turmoil these human beings go through on both sides, the turmoil their families go through. And I'm watching London surrender itself. Now, why London? Because all I have to do is look at the UK, look at Italy. Italy is shut down right now. Italy, its population is revolting and no one's talking about it. 10 years ago, I went to Rome. And this used to really irritate, probably still does irritate my ex-wife, but I can't go somewhere. For instance, I was having dinner last night with my daughter, and as soon as I walk into this place, I started complaining about it. She said, hey, you're complaining about it. I said, no, I'm not really complaining. I have this knack for looking at things in a business. And I'm like, wow, why don't they have 2 more tables over there? And there's just little things I noticed that could improve a business. Anyway, I was so busy looking at a little game. That's the right answer. Whoa. I have created a little life. I think that's true. Now, many people are going to go, no, you haven't, dude. You've created a great life. No, I don't think so, man. I spent from the age of 32 and that's really the time when I matured. Everything else, I was a child before 30, 32. Immature as you get. I'm not sure that's not true of most men, by the way. Which, if you know that and you don't make it right or wrong, you just go, oh, wow, men's minds mature slowly. It would kind of be good to know, right? Like, I know when my dogs are ready to be trained, but I then shame you because men evidently mature slower than women. Who cares, dude? We're all in trouble. The women are in trouble. The men are in trouble. Population United States is in trouble. In fact, population world is being annihilated, destroyed, reconfigured, poisoned, stolen from, cheated, killed, maimed, and in constant conflict and war. And we can't trust our lawyers, our judges, or our doctors. Fuck that, dude. I am scared to fly to the UK today. I am scared to go to Europe. I'm not a scaredy cat, okay? But I am concerned about flying places that 5 years ago I would never, ever considered was problematic. Yet today, I consider the safety in everything. For instance, am I going to a country that supports Americans, or am I going to a country that is actually counter fighting, attempting to control America's freedom? In fact, the entire concept of freedom around the planet. This is not an American idea. This is a I am free idea. This is not a group, a nation. This is me, dude. This is you. You deserve to have and experience freedom, not to be a social security number. You didn't sign up for that. You didn't sign your social security document. See, I don't even know what to do with this morning. I don't know what to do with this morning because this morning is simply about the right thing to do. You know, I said this about a year and a half ago. I was like, hey, you know, the right thing to do is the right thing to do. It's not like magic. The right thing to do. Hey, what's the right thing to do? Dude, the right thing to do is the right thing to do. You know what the right thing to do is. And I can only sit here. And I started writing, you know, before I started here, going, hey, what am I going to talk about? And I just said, hey, I am a warrior, man. Like, I have been saying I am a warrior, a great warrior for since I was a kid. It's almost like I was built for the fight. I don't know, man. But I look around and I ask myself, what is real here? I mean, what is real? Now, you guys are going to really think I'm crazy. And to any lawyers that are, you know, monitoring me and, you know, recording stuff to do whatever you plan on doing, awesome. This will be a rich day for you because I have so many things to say that I'm not even sure I'm going to get them out all. But when I just wrote that down, I went, wow, I've created a little life. See the problem with the life I've had is that it's been so focused on winning and playing games and not looking at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is my freedom and your freedom has been almost eviscerated, man. For anybody that is looking at Europe and not seeing that this is moving west, you are blind, okay? You are blind. I'm seeing people have to pay $12 to buy a hamburger. Fast food restaurants are priced higher than a normal restaurant. The junk in these stores is outrageous. Okay, this didn't just start happening. This has gotten worse and worse and worse, and we're being lied to. You have companies like who was the company that had the food problem here this past week? My mind went blank. Campbell's. Campbell's Soup is having a Budweiser moment. They're having a Cracker Barrel moment. Now, why do I bring this up? Because you have underestimated your power. I have the power to boycott. My revolution, you want to hurt these people? I'm going to help you figure out how to hurt them. Okay? And it's not the way you've been doing it. The way you've been doing it is the same way that I said I have created a little life. Now, I'm not being overly shameful of myself. I've done the best job I can. But watching families and men sacrifice their lives for what they believe in, for what they committed to believe in, whether they were right or wrong in doing so. And then there's me over here, I got guys saying, oh, you're a rich guy, you're a narcissist. All right, maybe I am a narcissist, man. I'm willing to confront that I have an ego. I don't think I'm a psychopathic narcissist, but maybe I am. Maybe I think too much about myself. And most certainly I'm rich. So why am I here? Because I have only to lose by being here, okay? And I'm actually calling out people that are in my ecosphere, my stratosphere, or whatever you want to call it. I am really disappointed in you. I am so disappointed in all the billionaires and multi-mega deca millionaires because I don't see any of you guys doing any of this shit. I don't see you calling out foul. Okay, foul. No. You don't have a Campbell's. You know what Campbell's Soup response was to them having geoengineered food and a video that a VP leaked, and it went. You know what their defense is, dude? It says it on the ingredients. That is their response. Hey, we didn't hide it. It's on the ingredients, man. You can't sue me. Mr. Bravo, thank you very much, bro. I appreciate the compliment, man. You're looking old. Gary, you're looking old, brother. Thank you, bro. You guys that want to defame me and smash shit at me and make allegations that you don't even know anything about, guys that are making religious comments, you don't even know what you're talking about. It is you guys that are creating conflict for the rest of us because you set such a low standard. Okay. I don't even know why you're here. It's obvious to everyone here when you make these comments, you don't want to be here. You're actually wanting to be here to destroy something good. It will be very difficult for you to punch me out, dude. It'll be very, very difficult. I am a great warrior. And anybody that thinks that this is sustainable, if you think the lives that we have today is sustainable, you are so naive. This slope is becoming more and more a deeper gradient. This is not getting better, folks. And it's not getting better because we continue to support the enemy. We continue to support the enemy. If I continue to buy Chobani yogurt, which has some kind of estrogen or product hormone thing, then I might deserve to be poisoned forever. dude. I keep spending money with them. If I continue to see things that are wrong, like property taxes, like income taxes. Now, why do I say income taxes and property taxes? Because you guys are misusing and misappropriating my taxes. If taxes are even legal, I did not sign up for my taxes to then commit genocide, then commit murder, then commit assassinations, then commit the poisoning of millions of people by American pharmaceutical companies without extreme judicial, what's the word for it? Penalty, right? Where are our cops, man? Where are the righteous men? Where are they? You talk about narcissism. Where are the righteous men, dude? Because the narcissists are all they're out there all over the place, man. Krista Ann, thank you. That's right. Distractions. I just got to remember. Thank you. Team, I am honor. I am truth. My intentions are good here. Despite what anybody else is going to say, the right thing to do is what I'm doing. And that's why I'm here. The right thing to do is the right thing to do. And the right thing to do was for me to speak my truth. I have a voice. The universe gave me a voice. God gave me a voice. Call it what you want. I have a voice. When I do this, I become part of the problem. When I continue to spend money with the enemy, I am a part of the problem. When I choose not to speak out against egregious offense. You hear a lot of stuff today, and I hear a lot of stuff beating up people who are trying to do the right thing. They're trying to stand up for humanity. They're trying to stand up for the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, the republic that we are. I am free, man. Or am I? I don't think I am free. I'm going to ask you to write this down. I am free. Are you really? Okay. I am free. Okay. And I want you to put either an exclamation mark or a question mark. Because mine is a question mark. For instance, I just got a tax bill from the Florida Pinellas County for $230,000 property tax, $100,000 property tax change. I don't know where they came up with an extra $6 million valuation on my home. Okay. But most certainly could not liquidate my home tomorrow morning. Interesting, huh? Am I free? If I don't pay that bill, what? My house is going to go away, right? My insurance rates go up. If I don't pay that bill and I have a mortgage on my home, I probably are going to lose my home. Am I free? Am I free? Am I free to talk about Israel here without getting slaughtered? Am I free to talk about, Satan? Am I free to talk about devil worshipers? Am I free to talk about how fucking corrupt and distorted and fucked up Hollywood has been for 30 or 40 years? Am I crazy to say that for 4 years putting a piece of underwear over your face would protect you from anything other than looking stupid and ignorant? And people laughed at me, man. People, oh, you're really one of those, huh? 20 to 1, dude. 30 to 1. Oh, you're one of those. You are my enemy, man. When you're so robotic, when you will do whatever you are told to do, and I'm sitting over here wanting my freedom, I got to tell you something, guys. I'm going to lose my fucking freedom because there's too many of you who are willing to step in line. I can see it on every highway I ever get into. Every line I ever see, it's like, oh, wow, that's the math. 90 people get into a line over here and 10 guys do this. That's your 90-10 rule that y'all been calling an 80-20 rule. 80-20 is bullshit. It's never been 80-20. It's 90-10. 10% of the people do the most work. That's true, man. And 90% of the rest of those people, look, everything is on a bell curve. And in this bell curve, okay, that's a bell curve. It looks like a bell. Okay, guess what? Over here, you got your 1%, and over here, you have your 1%. Well, is this the money people or is this the money people? But on one side of it, dude, you have the don't have anything and then have everything, right? And in here, let's call this 1,000 people. There are 900 people, dude, that are on this part of the bell curve. And then there's 10 each on this side, 10 in the super rich and 10 in the super poor. It's always been that way. That is what competition looks like. In the Olympics in swimming, there's not 90% of the winners, dude. Not everybody's going to win the game. Look, if we're being lied to about chemtrails, you start just writing all these things down that I think are issues, okay? Chemtrails, they are an issue, okay? They are an issue. I mean, explain them. If they'll lie to us about Chobani, if they'll lie to us about what's in an HIV thing, where it came from, remember the old HIV problem? Yeah, I remember it. It was a big deal, man. Let's see, what else do we have? We have the COVID-19 thing. We have the flu vaccines. We have the children vaccines. Okay, by the way, RFK, please, sir, stay in office. Please do your job. And if the president of the United States doesn't allow you, make a big scene, okay? Please be the champion that I think you are. But if I, look, for sure we know I was lied to on JFK. I'm just going to write all the lies that today is Pearl Harbor Day. Talk about a fucking lie. Pearl Harbor Day. Did anybody think about that today? Yeah, Pearl Harbor. You know, they knew Pearl Harbor was happening, right? They decided not to tell anybody. They wanted Pearl Harbor to happen. See, this country is a very weird country because it's so large. It's like Russia, but we have more people and more infrastructure. This country is a very difficult country to take over. The Prime Minister of Japan was interviewed probably 30 years after the invasion, and they weren't worried about the invasion. They knew that stage 2 of the operation would be a disaster. And stage 2 of the operation would be a disaster because they figured out 300 million people had weapons. Behind every pine tree in Texas, there's an M16 or an AR or a 30-06 or a 7.62 or a bolt action rifle, okay? And by the way, that is only getting more volumetric. So we have food we've been lied about. Farmers in Idaho can't sell, I think this is true, can't sell their products to their local neighbors. So we put food on trucks that have very little controls and move it all around, put it in holding facilities. There's no way that McDonald's hamburger sells 3 million hamburgers a day. Where's all that beef coming from, dude? Where is all the let's just go look this up real quick just to have a little fun here. How many hamburgers does McDonald's sell per day? 6.5 million. Okay. 6.5 million. What are those? Let's call it a quarter pounder, right? So it's 2.2 million pounders, 2 million pounds of hamburger every day. 75 burgers per second. 75 burgers per second. 5.4 million, 5.4 billion, let's see. Sorry. Per hour, 270,000 burgers an hour for 2.36 million. So tell me something, okay? Where's all that beef come from? How many cows do you need to do this? This is one chain, okay? It's one chain selling this many hamburgers. Total beef required, 648,000 pounds. We would need 3,240 pounds per day. We would need 3,240 cows per day. Excuse me. Let me repeat myself because you won't even believe it. We need 3,240 cows per day in America to die and be gutted, dude. That's assuming that you use every bit of it. I kind of think they might be putting something else in the beef there. Okay, so we got chemtrails, HIV, COVID. Oh, let's talk about the really cool one. Okay, the one where the federal Department of Education, which the feds now have gotten involved with our education and our religion and now our money. They're in areas that they were never intended to be for America. Okay. Church and state are to be separated. Church and state are to be separated, Mr. Trump and Congress and senators. Stop it. Get out of our church. Okay. The state must get out of our money. They are thieves. They are incompetent. Pick one. Are you incompetent or are you a thief? You're most certainly not a businessman. So why do we have bureaucrats and politicians handling our money? And if they're so stupid and they can't handle the money, they just outsource it to Wall Street. And then they get a kickback from the lobbyist. This is bullshit, man. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the most millionaires were in Silicon Valley ever created. And 12 years ago, that all flipped to what state? You know how many? The most millionaires in the last 10 years were created in Washington, freaking D.C. And somebody might want to go research what Washington, D.C. is in reality, but it is not what you think it is. It is like the city of London. Now, let's get to school. School is the great lie. School is the place that in 1968 sent me to a principal's office, 1973, sent me to a principal's office because that was about, 10-ish years after we were doing the space rockets and we supposedly went to the moon. Not sure why we've never been back. I mean, it was one of the greatest events in history. Which magically, by the way, amazingly, the lunar landing, the rocket was supposed to take 3 days to get back, yet we got pictures of the moon landing within hours of the moon landing supposedly happening, Yet the astronauts weren't even back from the moon. Now, FYI, dude, we didn't have Wi-Fi and satellites and telecommunications and blocks of, space, digits. I don't know if you know this also, but when asked, NASA, when asked why we have never been back to the moon, the answer is, wow, we lost our technology and it's really, really hard to get it back. What do you mean you lost the technology? Hey, you want to hear something else crazy? They lost all the imaging. All the video is gone. While I'm going crazy about the moon thing, Stanley Kubrick actually left a very interesting message. He was evidently, he claims that he videotaped or created the entire moon landing event. So to school, I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy. You lawyers go nutsy over yourself, but you know what? There's just too much here, man. JFK, they lied to us forever about JFK. They're still lying about JFK. They're still lying about Kennedy and how Gerald Ford got in office and LBJ's role in the Kennedy deal. Okay? We just had Donald Trump, his face almost blown off, and no one's even asking any questions about that anymore. No one is asking questions about that, like as if it did not happen 1 year ago. Charlie Kirk, like, dude, don't. That was a young man who had his head blown. Okay, we were told it was a 30-06. I can assure you, with every dollar, every piece of Bitcoin, every piece of real estate, every asset I own, that 30-06 did not kill that man. Excuse me 1 second, guys. Something. I went to the principal, was sent to the principal for asking a question. If a rocket went into outer space, like a nuclear weapon went into outer space, that was my question. If a nuclear weapon went into the vacuum of space, which we supposedly have this vacuum around us, would we see it explode? And the teacher sent me to the principal. I was 14 years old. Now, look, I was a tough kid. I was probably a bad student, and I was rambunctious and loud and obnoxious. I still, like, that was a legit question. That lady sent me to the principal because she didn't know the answer to the question. It's still a legit question, man. I'm still asking the question. Hey, if you guys are going to outer space all the time, like, why aren't we at the moon with a freaking location there? We should be hanging out on the moon, dude, making Starbucks, expanding our GDP. School was a complete and utter waste of time for me. This is when I learned that I'm an outsider. I learned I was going to be an outsider the rest of my life when I never could get comfortable at school. I could never, ever get comfortable with the information I was learning. I felt like I was in a trap, really in a trap. And as I wake up, I am waking up, man. Okay. I am waking up. Now, I may be getting old. Appreciate some of you boys who are saying, dude, you look like shit. Bro, quit telling me how bad I look, okay? This is my look. What do you want me to do? Okay, I don't put on makeup, man. I don't shoot up stuff in my face. I'm 67, man. It's like, what happened to your parents? Where were your parents, man? This is part of the fucking problem right here. Okay? This is part of the problem. Why do you come, dude? Buy a course. Okay? This type of criticism is pandemic across this country, dude. And all I have to do is look at Europe. Like the men in England, where are you guys, dude? You lost your balls, okay? Like, I don't know what happened to the men in England. Like, wow. You have to like grab your rake, dude, and fight back. You're going to lose your whole country from these parasites. They're crazy people. The more I start looking at all the inconsistencies, all the lies. Vietnam was a lie, man. Vietnam was a lie. How many people died? How many experiments have we run in military operation? Agent Orange. Okay. The shit is, in fact, to call anyone a conspirator person at this point is a little crazy. The conspiracies are so out there. I'm looking around asking myself, what is real? What is real? I don't know. I don't know what real is. And I mean, like, look at your politicians that represent you. Do you trust them? Do you trust them? Because if you don't trust them, why do we not fight against them? Okay. I have a voice and you have a voice. And if I don't use that voice, I am part of this problem. I am part of the problem. This is why I didn't want to do the show this morning. Okay. Because it's, I'm worried about where we are. I don't think we can, you can't stay, like if this was a business, let's just think about this analytically, okay? If this was a business, we would be firing people right now. We would be letting people go. We would be preparing for the next few quarters to be really rough, and we would be riding the ship. We'd be, hey, look, that senator, he's not producing his, let's get rid of him. He's a problem. You know, we're not getting ROI, return on investment, out of this individual or investment. But we're not doing that. We just keep adding people, blaming people, fighting things in court. See, I don't think the court process is going to work in America this time because in fact, the entire legal system is corrupt at this point. I mean, is Hillary Clinton ever going to do a day in prison? Or have so much pressure she ends up just ends herself? Is Bill Clinton ever going to be acknowledged as a total predator? Okay, or any of them, dude. Okay, like the Epstein files should not be that complicated at this point. We know a lot of very serious people were involved. Is it going to come out? I hope so, Donald Trump. I hope Donald Trump and the executive have the balls to throw all this out on the table, because this does not get fixed if we don't go into full discovery. It doesn't. And my children are going to grow up in a really, really, really hard, crazy, scary place. I think we need to be preparing. Okay. What for? Well, I think about we're going to lose more human beings from this planet from COVID-19 reaction. We are. We're in the middle of this event. Okay. This was a genocide perpetrated on humanity, and it is not over. Our sterilization rates have gone sky high, and maybe that's the wrong term. Our fertilization has gotten crushed. there's almost, 80% of all the medication taken on this planet is taken by Americans. 92% of all the opiates sold by the Steckler family, Purdue, consumed by North Americans. All the ADHD drugs consumed by Americans mostly. We're the richest country in the world. We need to revolt against this crime. This is outrageous, man. Outrageous, okay? Pearl Harbor, outrageous. Vietnam, outrageous. But what's going on right now is on scale we've never seen before. And I know that I'm all over the place, okay? But what I'm trying to show you is you're going to call me crazy and go, wow, dude, he's off his rocker. I'm sorry, but that you cannot come up with a scenario where you go through Epstein, food, Pearl Harbor, COVID-19, JFK, children vaccinations, flu vaccinations, chemtrails, J6. Let's add J6 to this, okay? We got military guys sitting in prison. Nancy Pelosi. Okay, we get the likes of Nancy Pelosi for how long? Nancy Pelosi's been in office since she was a child, man. She's been doing this gig for 5 decades. Okay? Do you really believe that Michelle Obama and Barack Obama's chef died in 4 feet of water while he was kayaking or flatboarding? Do you really? That is hilarious, okay? I mean, these guys must be like really weak. I mean, imagine what these people look like if they drown in 4 feet of water or 2 feet of water. I mean, look, you can drown in 4 feet of water, okay? But I think he was like 6 foot tall. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that Forrester, the guy that was in the Clinton administration, did not commit suicide with a shotgun to the back of his head. Vince Forrester, I think that was him. A shotgun to the back of the head, oh, that's suicide. Hey, this kid that was involved with Sam Altman, look, man, please wake up. I am awake and I'm angry. I'm angry and I can do something about it. I am a strong human being and I would rather speak freely and die early than to not speak and live a life of smallness, being little, not having an axe to grind. I need an axe to grind, dude. I like having an axe to grind, okay? I was built for purpose. I wasn't built to play tiddlywinks. I like a big game. We are at war, folks. Your freedom is at war. I don't think you are free. I don't think I'm free. I am not free. There are things that I actually am monitoring what I say here. Like I'm so nervous about the whole Israeli thing. And I'm like, why am I so nervous about that? When I discovered as a Catholic that there was a predominance of sexual abuse among the Catholic Church, the Vatican, and therefore there must have been bishops and popes who supported this, dude, I am no longer a Catholic. Any organization that I have ever joined, studied, or been a part of that betrayed the principles by which I stand for, but the principles by which they say they stood for, I'm out and I will claim them as bad people. Okay, I am not claiming to be perfect. I'm not. I'm simply being here as a voice trying to activate other people, trying to wake you up, man, because No one is going, look, we have 300 million people in this country. 100 million of them are either children or too old to be effective. Probably 150 million. Most certainly, if there's 42 million people on SNAP benefits in this country, there's 42 million people that cannot help this cause. They are not going to help the freedom cause. It is going to be you and me. It is going to be a very small group of people, okay? 90-10, remember the bell curve? Guess what? You're going to have 10% of these people that are calling me a Scientologist and calling me an asshole and calling me old and calling me all. Dude, 10% of these people don't want you to have freedom. They are the max enemy. Okay. Then there's another grade up here that are even probably more dangerous because they're not so crazy. And then there's going to be extremely small percentages of us. I would say probably less than 1%. Less than 1% of the capable people. So you only got maybe 20 to 30,000, 100,000 people on a good day. And it's probably not even that. It's probably less than 1,000. I can't imagine being a doctor. Okay. I have been in 13 surgeries. My body has been butchered up by a lot of doctors and helped and repaired and fixed. And not one time did I ever worry that the hospital and the doctors weren't trying to take care of me until COVID. And now I trust none of them, man. I don't trust any of the medicine. I don't trust the hospitals. I don't trust doctors, and I don't trust nurses. And in fact, I distrust you. Why? Because you're not being honest. You should be out there like Robert Malone is going, this is poison genocide. And you didn't, dude. You stayed quiet. I think you need to fess up to it. If you're in Congress and Senate and you've been taking fees, dude, I think you need to fess up to it. You are a bad person. How can you live with yourself? You don't. You just keep committing bad things and rationalizing. And then you know that there'll be a whole group of weak people like me, too rich to want to stick my head out. There'll be too many rich people that you can buy or encourage through their friends and families to shut the fuck up. And I've had those phone calls. Everyone's getting ready to be tested. Billionaires, millionaires, zillionaires, and nowhere-naires. We are all going to be challenged, I think, because I don't think I have any freedom left. I do not think the freedom that I grew up with is still available to mankind. That is so terrifying and so sad. Freedom is not free. And my observation over the last 40 years is that we have acted as if it was free. We have. I have, most certainly. I have taken advantage. And taken for granted the freedom that I once had. And that ain't gonna come back to us by gravity. Freedom has, you cannot come up with a time in history, not one, all you smart guys that don't like me, not one time in history can you come up with that freedom was given freely to anyone. Not anyone, dude. Not any time in history has freedom been, here you go, here, have some freedom. No, it's been taken every time. It's been acquired through force, pressure, deception, kinetic energy. Now, what can I do? Because I don't want to use kinetic energy. I'm a good human being. I don't want to hurt anyone. Okay, but I reflect back on this last year and a half of me doing this. I am, and look, I think this is important, okay, because this got me to a point where I can go, oh wow, what's my responsibility here? What is my responsibility here? Because this is look, I didn't expect this to be on my watch. I thought I was going to read about this in my next lifetime when you guys fuck this up completely. This is happening right now. This isn't one of those, like this isn't one of those, hey, it's going to go away. You understand that, right? This doesn't go away, man. This administration or whatever we have in this part of our world right now, this fight for whatever we're fighting for. But I think what's going to come out of it is a tremendous amount of transparency of what our world has been like what the real reality of our universe has been. Listen, guys, we have important people today talking about interdimensional beings. We have thousands of different sightings all over the world of UAEs or whatever they call them now, UFOs, right? Has that been a lie? Or did this just start 3 days ago, 3 months ago, 2 years ago? Like, imagine if there's a lot more going on, which, by the way, all this UAPs and everything's like, whoa, where did all this come from, dude? Where did all this come from? I am aware. When I become aware, when I do, I am aware, I am aware, I am aware, I am conscious. I told you, be careful if you do this, okay? Because what happens is that I set off a chain of events in my universe that set me up to see things that, by the way, I didn't say, hey, I am aware of all the wonderful things in life. I said, I'm aware. And I am aware that, dude, the atmosphere seems to be doing things I've never seen it do before. The sun is moving much faster than it used to. Okay. And I know that sounds crazy, but all you have to do is sit down for 3 months and look at the sunsets and the sunrises, in particular, the sunsets for me, because that's what I see. But the sun, what I look out to the west, I have a break, and there's a bunch of mangroves here. And then there's a break where my face is. And typically there's a period in time when the sun just sets right in the middle of these two breaks. It's almost like a perfect clock. Dude, this sun's moving all over the place. It's not moving all over the place. It's just moving fast. That is my observation. I didn't measure it, didn't do any analytics, but I made this comment last year. I'm like, dude, this is moving much faster. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm telling you, shit's going on all over the place. And the more I become aware of it, the more I'm like, my God, dude, what universe do I live in? Look, maybe this is just me doing some therapy here, okay? But at 67 years old, I don't think I know anything. Like, I actually am not sure that anything I believe or grew up with is real. Like really. I'm starting to look at the art that I do and go, dude, the only thing I really know about is the art. It's like I just know about, I don't know if the money's real. I mean, they're just a bunch of digits. I don't even know if people are real anymore. I don't know what drives people. But I think we have to get really angry. We don't seem to be productively creating sustainable environments. We seem to create unsustainable environments And then when they start being unsustainable, people start trying to fix it, and you can't fix something that was unsustainable in the first place. You can't. You can't, man. You know? You're always going to have crime if the criminals are never imprisoned. You're always going to have crime if the principals, if the people that committed that are not imprisoned and punished. Punished. We don't have punishment, man. We need spectacular punishments in public. Nancy Pelosi going to prison for the rest of her life in a real prison would be awesome. Okay. It'd be nice that the Gazelle Maxwells of the world don't sit in fucking four-season hotel prisons when they're found guilty of child trafficking. By the way, like, why is she free? Why is she like getting off of this gig? Could have been your kid, man. Could have been my daughter. Okay. You guys touch my daughter, I will fucking go crazy. That was someone's daughter. Okay. That girl that, look, man, this is bullshit. Okay. You can't even sit here and acknowledge that a lot of what I'm saying is like, wow, man, we live in a crazy world. And funny, it's Pearl Harbor Day, right? It dawned on me. I'm like, wow, dude, maybe that's why I'm jacked up. I'm most certainly concerned for my daughters. I'm most certainly concerned for your children. And by the way, I have very little faith in your children. I do. I have very little faith in your children to do the right thing. Why? Because I'm asking myself, hey, where is everyone? I don't need any followers. I don't need any money. I'm doing this for no reason other than I'm either stupid and crazy and so narcissistic I have to see myself on video. Or the right thing to do is the right thing to do, and I can't not do this, okay? I cannot not tell the truth. Our world is full of shit. It's spam, baloney. It's just like our food. And it's just like our politics. All muddled up, nothing real value, but our schools suck. Suck. They're terrible. I spend $50,000 a year sending my kid to private school, and it's a piece of shit, dude. All the good teachers leave. They can't stand it. The teachers that stay, some of them leave because they can't handle the pressure. One of my kids just lost her best teacher because he was terrified of a school shooting event. I guess he realizes my school is not protected anywhere close because you can just drive your car in anytime you want. There's no like it be so easy. The principal makes $300,000 a year. And that'd be cool if everybody was, graduating with honors and becoming industrial giants, but that's not the case. We have the richest natural resource country in the world. We have infrastructure. We have everything you could imagine, man. We're fucking this up. We have everything a great nation needs, and we have no leadership. We have criminals leading the show. Crazy narcissists. I don't know what to do about it either. My military mind says, oh, wow, there's only one way to fix this, and that's a fight. a violent, aggressive, brutal fight, a civil revolution. This is what my logical mind thinks, because people don't give up things easily. Once they have them, they don't give them up. Okay. Freedom's never been a gain free. I don't have to be a genius to understand how this is going to work out. Okay. We're going to fight for our freedom, or it's going to be taken. More will be taken. See, they don't have to take all of it. They just got to take a little bit more than they've already taken. We have to grab it all back, all the way back to the beginning. You know, the tug of war game, dude. Okay. Like we are here. Okay. We have to come all the way back here. Yes, sir, Bob. Okay. I don't think we can make it. I don't think we can make it, man. Because there's not enough leaders. There should be at least two of us, two of me. There should be a fucking line of great millionaires and billionaires out there going, hey, Gary, let me help you, dude. And look, you don't have to work with me. But I don't know how to do this other than, my God, man, we got to wake some people up, because if we don't wake the people up, you won't fight. If you don't fight, then there's not going to be anything or anybody to defend the side of freedom. You are literally deciding to become a prisoner, man, a slave. You know, when you were growing up and you watched Braveheart, and when you watched the Wolves movie, Kevin Costner, you know, these great Indian movies or the Great War movies where freedom, did you want to be the hero, or did you want to be the dick? Did you want to be the lieutenant, or did you want to be the guy that, you know, even though he got his entire body blown up, he did what he needed to do, man. He was a champion, a warrior. When you were growing up, did you think about, you know, oh, I want to die really old and all busted up, but not to have any real pride in what I did? I want to have pride in what I did. I want to have pride in who I am. Like, I look at Charlie Kirk and went, wow, man. Now, I don't know anything about this cat, okay? Never followed him, don't know anything about him. But what I do know is that event was so egregious in the way it was theatered. That was a message to everyone. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, whoa, Gary, that message is for you, son. And everybody else that wants to stick their face into a camera and an audio. And the funny thing is, being an American actually exposes me a little here. And now being an American exposes me to other countries who don't really like our social media freedoms. Most all of Europe. Look, guys, people make fun of me, go, hey, you shouldn't even be here. Nobody anointed you to do anything. As long as there is a platform for us to speak truth, I think you're guilty of an overt of a mission. Okay, you are guilty of not doing when you could do. Like G Money that's in the room, okay? G Money is going to do. Well, he'll at least speak very loudly. And I like this cat, okay? I don't agree with everything he's saying necessarily, okay? But I love his energy, his intention, and his message to the world. We are not slaves. I would rather die. I would rather my daughter see me die in public than to turn into a bitch, into a slave. I would love my daughters to see me destroyed. I mean, shot in the face because I wanted freedom. If they find out that I could have done something and didn't, Wow, they should be disgusted with me, man. And I expect them to stand up and to be willing to sacrifice for life in the future. I expect my children to do that. They're pussies if they don't do that. They are. Failed, dude. I didn't do my job. The more I have, the more it requires me to be an effective role on this planet and to help. It's not less. I get richer. I don't do less. I do more. I don't go on more yachts and have more boating and whatever I do with all, like I should be helping people, man. So I found myself on this Sunday, December the 7th, 2025, is depressed, upset, angry, disenfranchised a little. I don't know why I say that. I think it's because I feel like our organization, the way we organize, good people organize, is not as effective as the way bad people organized. And there's just so many incentives for bad. John Bro down there says, hey, don't die, man. You know, dying to me is not a, I think we die every day when we don't do the right thing. I'm very sensitive to doing the right thing, man. Okay, I am a good man. My intentions are, look, I make so many mistakes. I'm so flawed. I look old. I look crazy, whatever. But my intentions are to be a good human being and to share with other people what was shared with me when I was young. I read books from men who were trying to do the right thing, man. I read messages from people from 100 years ago, 300 years ago, 1,000 years ago that were not chasing the material world. They were chasing something different. So the death for me is like, I feel like I'm already kind of, well, look, guys, I mean, this is an awesome life that we live, right? Chemtrails, HIV, COVID, Pearl Harbor, Vietnam, flu vaccines, children vaccines, JFK, RFK, MLK, Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, school systems, Nancy Pelosi. The food sucks. Guys, how could I possibly get comfortable with saying, oh, wow, man, I'm living a life. It's awesome. I'm alive. I'm aware when all this shit's going on. And this is just part of it. You could go down a whole list of things. And by the way, if you think this is being hysterical, guys, I'd love to put on this other page here all the good shit, okay? But I can't, okay? The thing I can put down here, the thing I can put down on the right side of the list is, well, I have a microphone, I have a video feed, and so far 4 channels are still allowing me to be here. So if I'm sitting here bitching about the school system, the financial system, the everything system, the least I can do is show up here and go, hey, wait, this is not sustainable. This is ending in a train wreck where people are going to die. There's freedom loss. In fact, this is so toxic at this point where, I mean, where this may push us is all of us start to look at, hey, I need a universal, like, I need God. We need to bring God back into the earthly conversation, or something that hasn't been so manipulated by humans, this concept of God, something to bring us together, man. To bring us together, because we are at war. I really believe that humanity is being attacked. My humanity. And by humanity, I mean, my goodness, man. My dogs are nicer and better than most people. Why? I knew this was going to be a weird morning for me. It's probably going to be a weird day. I think, whatever you decide is going to happen does happen. I am. And I want you to know that I need more people being involved. Okay. I need more, all you young, angry men that want to, like, make fun of other people doing it. Like, take that energy, man, put it inside you and put it to use. I need to see some champions standing up. And I mean, really, like, we need a bunch of champions. We need a bunch of 1 or 2 percenters that just want to do the right thing. Okay. The right thing to do is the right thing. You don't have to rationalize. You don't, man. As soon as I start rationalizing, ooh, December the 7th, Sunday, I don't have anything to talk about. Maybe I'll cancel. I'm already escaping reality, okay? I am. Christian, I am a champion, okay? As long as I continue to say I am a champion, guess what? I should feel really, really uncomfortable about not acting like one. I should feel very uncomfortable not acting and being the champion that I am. I am a leader, I am a boss, and I am well intentioned. And for me not to be here would be a freaking grave sin on my behalf. For me not to open my mouth when there is injustice happening is an act of wrongness, man. It is. And you guys, I try to keep this to me and not throw stuff on other people, but you're not doing enough. Okay. An hour and a half, 2 hours a week on IM is pitiful. It should be like, maybe, there's a 24 hours in a day. I need about 8 hours of sleep. 16 hours I should be working on myself and the world. 16, not 8. You go to work for 8. Okay, cool. Now you got another 8 hours to develop into a great human being. Who refuses to accept inconsistencies in the data. I refuse to accept inconsistencies in the data. You cannot prove to me so many different things. You cannot prove to me we're flying around on a marble, dude, at 1,000 miles an hour. You cannot prove to me that we've been to the moon. You cannot prove to me why we haven't been back to the moon. Dude, there's so much. You can't even prove to me what gravity is. Most all of our history has been either erased, burned, or destroyed, or buried. Most of our history. I can only pray that we are going through this period and it's going to be this huge enlightenment. I think we need help, man. I think we need help beyond humans, because I think the only way this gets fixed is by a very, very large event, either a catastrophic event or an event of enlightenment, which would drive this planet crazy. And I hope we're living in it. Maybe I'm nervous to take my kids on holiday for this Christmas. There's just, by nervous, I mean, man, the energy just, there's a lot going on right now. I'm not a nervous human being. Problem with becoming more and more aware, though, is you communicate, okay, I am aware, I'm conscious. The more I become conscious, the more I'm receiving information. Is like, bro, this is it's not information, it's noise, pressure. And none of it's about money. None of this is about money. I know that people want to make all this about money. I don't think this is about money. This is about something else. This is about evil, man. I've had a lot of money. I've had no money. I've been free and I've been unfree, and they're not related. They're not related, okay? I am only free in here and in my body. There are two different things. But being free here, wow. I cannot say that I am free here. I cannot say I am free. I think I am so. Look, how can I say I'm free when I don't know the truth about anything? About anything. I just wanted Chobani freaking yogurt, man. I'm happy to pay $5. I just want to be able to go to McDonald's and buy a hamburger that's made with real meat. I'd like to go to a restaurant and not worry about what's in the food. I'd like to be able to go to the grocery store and not have to double check everything I'm putting in my body. Okay. I'd like to be able to go to a hospital and a doctor and know that they are acting in accordance with their Hippocratic oath. Now, this is why I'm so aggressive on doctors and politicians and military people. I didn't take the oath. You did. If you're sitting in Congress, or I don't know what congressmen take as an oath, but if you took the oath to defend your country against both inner and outer enemies, and you did nothing but take a check from some lobbyist, fuck off, dude. You're the enemy. You're a bad human being, and you should be exposed. Your entire family should be exposed. And then we'll show people, hey, don't do bad things. P. Diddy needs to go to prison and stay in prison, okay? That whole story needs to get out. Or we're just going to repeat this over and over and over again, man. You can't let this shit down. You cannot let all this stop. And I think this is where we're at right now. We're at this inflection point of small amount of people who want freedom, know this is only going to end one way. Michael Flynn understands, you don't win this battle, you're lost. We're lost. All I got to do is look over Europe. If you think I'm an idiot and crazy, you just go study the EU right now. Study London, study Germany, study Italy and Holland and Sweden. And tell me how that does not end up in the United States in the next 8 years. You just let me know how that works out, okay? I don't know what to say other than I am alive today. I have love in my heart for people. I have love in my heart for good people. I'm a bizarre human being, and I decided some time ago when I was instructed to come do this to embrace my uniqueness, not to push it off, but to actually embrace the one of oneness that we each have. I am a one of one. I was not created for no reason. I was not created for no reason. Okay. I could be wrong there. I could be wrong. I could have been created out of maybe there is no reason, but I am making it a reason to be a good human being because I believe I am. I don't feel good when I do bad things. I'm not perfect. Okay. But I think there's other people out there that do care. Okay. That do care. And if you care, I am part of your army. I have the right to be me. Most certainly, it is my sovereign right to just be my unique me. It is also, in my opinion, my obligation to learn who I am. Good, dark, and light. Okay? Dark and light. We both all have dark and light in us. Okay? I can be swayed to do the wrong thing, the bad thing, and the good thing. And today I choose to do the right thing. I am doing the right thing. I would implore you if you do nothing else. And I knew today was not going to be one of those Sundays everybody walks away and goes, oh, that was a lot of fun. I ask you to do two things. One, to continue to say, I am conscious, I am aware, I am noticing the inconsistencies and the consistencies in the universe around me, in my reality, in my vision, in my hearing. Listen, watch, observe, question. Would a nuclear weapon in the vacuum of outer space show an ignition and an explosion or not? These are legitimate questions, okay? I have the right to ask, oh, well, if that rule passed, what? I have the right to ask questions. I am a one of one. That's how we started the show is I am a one of one, okay? I am one of one. You are one of one. We can beat these creatures. I just ask you to become conscious of who you are and then conscious of the reality or irreality that you're living in. What makes sense and what doesn't make sense? Where are there anomalies? Why didn't we go back to the moon? That's an anomaly, see, for me. Hey, man, if it was so easy for us to do in 68, we should have done that 37 times. If the hospital systems are all cool, then we should be able to why are the insurance firms doing what they're doing right now, dude? This is not cool. People taking insurance away from you. You can't be of one when you're in a prison, when you're being lied to, when you're trapped in a cage with no bars, a cage where the rules are not really real. You think you're not in a cage, but in reality, you're trapped in your own mind of bullshit that you were taught, fed, spoon-fed. Oh, we haven't had honest media in 40 years. Most of them, you're going to discover the Walter Cronkites of the world worked for the CIA. Want to bet? Want to bet, man? I'll bet you we end up right there. So I'm going to ask you to wake the hell up. I would be probably less disturbed this morning than I am if I knew there was 1,000 people. If I knew there was 3,589 people, fuck, dude, this cat's right, okay? Little wacky, but he's right, and I am on his team. I'm going to fight. How do we fight? And this is where we're going to end this thing. First off, we're going to be nice to other people and the universe. When you see someone's freedom being taken, interfere. Get involved. If you see a crime occurring, dude, you are the cop. Hello? There's no cop, man, just waiting around at every... You are the solution, dude. Dudette. Speak up. Yell. Stop paying your bills to creatures. This is my real message, okay? 1, stand up when you see an egregious act. 2, boycott the enemy. Boycott, 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 boycott. The revolution is the boycott. You don't need to hurt anybody. I'm not asking for violence. I'm not acting for any act that would harm anyone other than this one super trick. Every enemy that we have has one weakness. One. And they all share the exact same weakness. They are all public companies or own public companies that have quarterly earnings. And we, my folks, can destroy these creatures. We can Budweiser them, that we can Cracker and Barrel them, we can Chobani them. Stop buying their shit. Look at every subscription. I did this last week. I went through every subscription I had. Enemy, enemy, enemy. I disputed every one of them. I refuse to do business with them. Netflix, I refuse to do business with you. You no longer have access to my credit card. Anyone, go through the whole list, man. Stop spending money with the enemy. If you went grocery shopping last week and you bought something you don't like, bring it back. Demand a refund. Go online and say, I sent my Chobani back. Take a video of it. Okay? Put it back out on. I am not attending Hollywood movies. Okay? I want all my subscriptions back for any movies I paid for that were trash. If you go into a restaurant and you're file a chargeback. Okay? Stop spending money with poisonous creatures. It's one thing going to war with another warrior and having a fight. You guys come, I mean, this is what Congress and Senate's like right now. Okay, it's like a 6'8" guy picking on a 4'2" girl. So make a list of everybody. I was driving down the road the other day looking for a place to eat. I had to drive 20 minutes before I could find a place. Like literally, I'm like, well, poison, 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 poison. And by the way, it's not even poison at a cheap price. These motherfuckers are so crazy. Their prices keep going up. They're literally going to push you out of the market. And you're going to go eat. You're going to go make your own food. See, I'd go get some chickens, dude. I would put chickens in your yard. And if the rules are no chickens, tell them to fuck off. I would have some chickens in my yard and I'd be eating my homegrown eggs every day. All the soy milk, all the vanilla milk, all the fake milk, dude, it's all going back to the refrigerator. It's all going back to the grocery store. I don't want it anymore. I'm going to bring it all back. Hey, I want a refund, man. Tell my people, we're not buying any of this stuff anymore. I'm going to start going out of my way to shop with local farmers. Now, why am I doing that? I'm not doing it because I am not going to help the local farmer, but I'm going to fucking hurt Popeye's fried chicken. Something awful. Okay. And they're private equity owners. I'm going to stick them right into bankruptcy. That's what's getting ready to happen here. If we have some balls, stop buying automobiles for $80,000, guys. The price will come down. Stop telling everybody that you're an injustice and you can't buy a house. You're going to be able to afford every freaking house you want here in the future if you stop buying shit you don't need and they're from the enemy. Visa and MasterCard are not great companies, okay? They're not here to help you. There would be a company I would look at, boycott. Y'all give me my chargeback rights. I'm going to use them. Know your dispute rights with Visa and MasterCard and the banks they serve and use your rights, okay? They don't require you to be, these rules are so flimsy that you literally could commit thievery daily from online transactions, daily. By the way, if someone says they're going to show up with a product in 4 hours and it doesn't show up in 4 hours, file a chargeback and a refund. Hurt these people in their balance sheets, okay? You start voting with your credit card, your debit card, and your cash, and you start telling people, I refuse to do this. I can eat toast and butter for a long time. I can eat eggs for a long time. I do not need to eat your shit. I can literally put some chickens out here and eat eggs every day, fish in my backyard for my own damn fish. I've had enough, folks. I hope you have had enough. Okay. Um, this is not going to improve unless we do something. They're not just attacking me, dude. They're attacking you. They're attacking your children. They're attacking blacks, whites. They are attacking humanity with poison in the mind or poison in the cells. It has all been a lie. The politics, the medicine, the history is a lie. We must discover the truth about our history. If I don't know my history, I don't think I ever get there. I don't. I don't know why I am here. I don't know the story that got me here. I would love to know how you and I got here, what the real story on this planet is, and what our history is. It appears to have been eviscerated almost intentionally. And that intrigues me a lot. That intrigues me. That's what I want to know. Hey, what are you holding back from me? Today, I feel like I have failed you guys a bit in that this isn't the uplifting, exciting, and you can see it on my face, okay? I'm not excited about this conversation. This is hard, man. See, this is why this is a hard thing to confront. It's easier to be evil. It is. It's easier to be quiet. It's easier for me to, sit on my couch and read the news or join a space and complain. Man, oh, the life, dude, we need millions of people saying no. Not everyone's going to do this. I got it. But you can all most certainly vote with your pocketbook, with your cash, the choice you make of who you support. Support churches, support honor, support people that are good people, man, and support no one else. Fight them on their own ground. Okay, fight them on their own ground. Their weakness, their earnings. Crush them. I beg you, boycott the enemy, crush the enemy. They will get on their knees and suck once they know we are no longer going to pay for the poison of the schools, the poison of the foods, and the poison of the medicine. I'm stunned I'm having to do this at 67 years old. Seriously, dude. I'm stunned that we're here. And for us to think that this isn't going to get a lot worse, we are so naive. And anyone sitting here going, wow, dude, like, why is this guy doing this? I'm doing this. You know why I'm doing this? Because we're going to wake up one morning and go, oh my God. Okay, they kept taking. Do you think they're going to stop? Parasites don't stop feeding. They will feed to the point where the host is in expiration, and they then expire. I'm going to beg you people right now, the greatest thing you can do for me is to do what Darius did this morning, not show up in somebody's front yard knocking on their house, but to initiate steps to be free and to treat other people who are attempting at least to do something positive on this planet, to support them, to encourage freedom, to encourage heroes. We need to encourage our heroes, man. We bang our heroes all the time. They're not. Encourage the hero. I encourage your life. I encourage that you live brilliantly, not long, but brilliantly. I would rather live brilliantly than a long period. Dull, old, quiet, angry. Fuck that, man. We need leadership. I am a leader. I can't say I am a leader. Hey, if you're a CEO, a vice president, I'm a leader in my business. Well, then be a leader on this planet. If you make 200 grand a year and you're called a VP, you're a leader, man. Lead. If you own your own business, lead your community. Jesus, you're a leader. This week, I am doing the right thing. I am doing the right thing, and the right thing to do is very, very easy to know. It is the right thing to do. It is not complicated. Anything else, like when I start trying to figure out what I have to do and I can't come up with the answer, I know I'm already rationalizing because I'm scared to do it. You're probably going to need to get scared. You should be terrified right now, actually. Actually, you should be so fucking frightened right now. If half of what I am saying is true, you should be absolutely terrified. The problem with being terrified is there's no energy in terrified. You need to get rageful, angry, bitter, okay, horrified at the millions of people that have been enslaved. I choose not to be one of those, and I choose not to live on a planet that has imprisonment. You know, and me saying this, this is totally futile, dude. You're not going to make any difference in this. Okay. Guys, thank you very much. I would ask that you go out and do something really, really nice for somebody today. Somebody that you don't know. Just be kind, just reach out and show the world that there are good people out there. And then just be as conscious and aware of what the heck is going on our planet. Listen to people that you don't normally listen to. Open up and decide, have you had enough? Or do we need another 10 years of everything being taken from us before you say, oh, wow, I think it's time to get busy and revolt? Love you guys. Appreciate you very much. War is not always easy, and it's not always victorious. Not every battle is the end of the war, okay? This is a war we stopped fighting 40 or 50 years ago. We have a lot of land to take back, guys. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. Love you very much. Encourage you to encourage heroes to hero. And I've had enough, and I need a lot of heroes around me that are willing to take the bumps. Love you very much. Thank you. Be nice to someone and have an awesome week.